Hello everyone, happy Friday. It is Friday the 12th of December, the 12th of the 12th, 2025. It is 10 o'clock in the morning and it is time for my Friday Facebook Live. I hope you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching. You might be watching later on. You might be watching the replay. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're having a lovely day. Today what's going on at the moment with Stampin' Up? Stampin' Up have brought out a product of the month. So from now on, every month they will have a product of the month that you can actually purchase once you have a a level of purchasing. So basically, if you put $125 into your cart, that will actually open up the product of the month, which is beautiful designer series paper this month, and you can actually purchase that for $9. So it's heavily reduced because I think normally designer series paper is about $22. But this one is only $9 when you have a qualifying order. So the order, you actually have to do it all in the one order. You can't just do the order for $125 and then get the paper another time. You need to actually do it all within the one order. So that is the catch with this. It is only in December until supplies last. So until stocks run out and everything. So yeah, hey Sam, welcome. Hey Priscilla, I hope you're going well. So the product of the month is happening right now. I do have the paper with me, so I thought I would actually do that today. Because, well, why not? I have the paper, so why not? So let me show you. Hopefully, yes, I should be all good. Hang on, that one. There we go. So this is the paper. It's called True Blue Florals, and you get 2 each of 6 papers, and you've got the different patterns on both sides. Obviously, it's double-sided as always. So the colours in this is Night of Navy and Balmy Blue. Now, I've got to say, Balmy Blue is not my favourite blue. However, some of the patterns are really pretty, and I'm going to enjoy playing with this paper today. We've got some that's almost wallpaper-ish. So I've been having a look online to see what other demonstrators have actually created using this paper. And I had a look at one of the ladies, Tammy White from the US. She created a couple of fancy fold cards. So I thought I would actually start with that. So initially what I did was I grabbed all 6 pages and I actually just cut off an inch strip off each of them. So I just did that straight up. I just went an inch off, done. And I've ordered lots of things from the mini Priscilla, lots and lots of things. But I only ordered a minimum amount the other day, and then I put another order in because we've got free shipping today. Free shipping, it's the last day for free shipping. So anyway, so I'd cut off an inch off the designer series paper first, off the 12 by 12, and then I cut that way to be 14.3 centimeters. And so for that, my darling daughter is trying to ring me. She should know it's 10 o'clock. I'm on my Facebook Live. So that is 11 inches, by 14.3 centimeters. So whatever 11 inches is, I'm not sure. And then if you rotate, so then my husband rang. I don't know why my husband rang then. Then if you rotate with, isn't always the way you get disrupted. Sorry. Get my head in the game, Sharon. All right, so it is just shy of 28 centimeters long and 14.3 centimeters wide. Then I actually scored this at 10 centimeters and 20 centimeters and then folded it backwards and on itself. That's what I've done. So we're going to just glue this straight down. I've got a piece of Night of Navy cardstock, which is 14.85 by 10.5 centimeters. Oops. I feel it's a bit upside down, but it's not, because it's all going different ways. And then I did a second one because, you know, if you do one, you might as well do a second one. So we'll glue this one down as well. So just like that. And then I have some bits for the inside of the card. So this piece is, what was it? 8 centimeters by 11.5. And then you've got half a centimeter smaller, which is what? 11 by 7.5. There you go. So I've got those two. And that one's going to go on the inside here. So that's where we can write. Make two at the same time. So I could have switched this around to me more balmy blue, but why? And then I still have a piece of basic white. And so, I think I might stamp first. I pulled out the Gallery Blooms stamp set because I thought I could actually use that. So that's not going to be wide enough. Oh, that's my thick. Where's my thin? Nope. I've got my stamp. And how wide do I need this one to be? Not very. Pretty much about 6.5 centimeters I'm going to go. And what are we? Let's go 11.5. Just want to do it narrow. Don't want it too big. And then with our, what did I make that one? That one was 6.5. So let's go 7 centimeters. And we're going to chop that down to 12 centimeters. So I have my piece of basic white, and I have my Night of Navy. So as I said, this paper you can buy for $9 when you have an order of $125. And you've got to order it all at the same time, as I said. So it's got to be all in the same order. How pretty is that? That's nice. And then the other stamps that I brought over was the Inspiring Imperfections that I thought I could use as well. And I think I'm going to go You Inspire Me. And I do have my Barney Blue ink over here as well. So I think I'm going to use that. So let's glue that down. And do I want to do it on that one or on that one? I think I like that one. So I think, yeah, this was the original design was Tammy White, but I've changed it up a bit because she had used some balmy blue down this side, I think, and done a bit of something. But I think that's quite nice. Just like that, you've got the peak of the other paper coming through, but you've got the balmy blue and the Night of Navy on that one. And let's do another image, but we might shrink this one. So I might actually do the urn. Ooh. Oh, that's not going to fit, is it? Ah, there we go. Need that one. That's the one we want. And the urn. So it's what? Let's go 8.5, I think. Yep, 8.5. Oops, ink fingers. That way I want. Oh, and cardstock, obviously. So that's 8.5, wasn't it? So we want 9. What was that one? That was what? So we want 7. So I want that one because that's going to sit in there. So again, we want our Night of Navy. We do have another pot, but I think that's just not gonna. It's not gonna work. And we'll just pull out. Yeah, I think I will still do the. Oh, actually, thanks for helping me through this difficult time. I don't know. That's a bit of a hard one. I think I'm just going to go You Inspire Me. I think that's probably just the best at the moment. And that one. So 2 fancy fold cards. Fairly simple in the scheme of things. Different, but the same. Now my daughter's going to come in because she's on work experience this week and she's working with us. So her teacher was meant to turn up today, but she was sick. So she's not turning up. I'm sure I'm going to get questioned. But I did send her a message saying, hey, you don't need to worry. Teacher's not here. All right, so I've got my strips of designer series paper, so I'm going to use them now. And I'm going to trim these down. Can I do them all at once? No, I won't. I'll do them separately. Actually, I won't. I'm not going to trim them. I think I'm going to tear them. So let's move that one out for the moment. And that one, what have we got? Yeah, okay. I'm just going to tear them. So, oh, we also have a visitor, our little, our friend's dog, Callie. She's visiting. And they snuck in the back. So, scared Callie. So that one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go this one. There you go. Everything's all happening this week, as you can tell. All right, so we have our strips. So let's just glue them down. Yeah, I like one. We'll do that one. And this one. So we have that, and then we want to do a sentiment of some description. And I've got the Words of Beauty stamp set. So I thought I might use that one. And I'll do, I appreciate you. I think you're amazing. It's your birthday. I don't know what I want to use. What do I want to use? I could do it. It's your birthday. We've got our little strip there. And this one. Last week I had a bit of an issue where my stream seemed to stop. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen today. I think I'll stick that straight down. Everything's happening today. A coffee's going, noises. Welcome to the Wilsons. So I've got the It's Your Birthday, and I'm just going to just trim it like that. It's always fun, isn't it, when you've got family around? Trying to be quiet. When you try and be quiet, you're never really quiet. So there you go. So 3 cards in a matter of 20 minutes. That's pretty good, I think, even with all the disruptions. Oh dear. Yes. So if I come back to, what else did I had? I had other inspiration I was trying to look at. Yeah. So I had I haven't frozen or anything silly, have I? No. That's good. So one of the things that Stampin' Up did was they used this paper. So let's move those ones aside. Out of the way. I'm going to cut this down. So they've actually cut out the flowers and stuff, but I'm not going to cut the flowers out. I'm actually going to just use the paper straight up. So I'm going to do 10 centimeters by 14.3. Just as a card front. I've got a card base. And then I've actually got my blends. So I couldn't find my grid paper quickly this morning, so I thought I'll just use a piece of the backing paper from some paper. So just thought I'd get a few of my blends out and work out which ones I want to use. So I want to use yellow. That's lemon lime. Old olive. So let's try with some of them. So I might try lemon lolly, I think, first up. Oh, maybe darling duckling. I don't think I want darling duckling. I'll move them aside. Maybe dark lemon lolly. I'm not colouring the whole thing. I'm not being too precious about it either. Start with that, and I'll keep using that one. Then I've got granny apple, lemon lime. I don't think I want lemon lime. Mossy meadow, granny apple, granny apple. Maybe. Ugh. yeah, maybe some light granny apple. So have you been able to get this paper yet? Or have you not purchased it yet? As I said, it's $9 when you have a qualifying order. Again, I'm not being too precious about the colouring. Just want to add some colour. Okay. We've got our... No. Let's try that again, shall we? Let's see if I think I'm going to trim it down. So, so what do we wear? 10 centimeters. So if I cut it into 3, I can do 3, 3, and 4. So if I go 3 centimeters off one side, actually, and 3 centimeters, and then I do 3 centimeters. Let's see how this goes. That might go a bit better. I'm going to trim that down a smidge. And And trim this down a smidge. Okay. Just trim down a smidge, just so it's will fit on the card base better. Not my favourite card, but you know, sometimes you just need to do cards that may not necessarily be a favourite. And then if we get our little words out again, I'll just do the birthday one again. Sometimes it's easier that way. I don't think I need to set a layer underneath that. I think the stark white is probably quite good. Yep. And then let's see what embellishments I have. Some florally ones, but I think that's going to be a bit too much. Sometimes it's hard to choose embellishments when you have so many of them. Ooh, we've got the old Riverside irregular pearls. I can try some of them. There we go. So if you've got some pearls or something else, just grab them out and use what you have. It's always good to use what you have available to you. So that's the card. She doesn't look too bad now. Took me a little while to go, yes, I like that. So that's 4 cards using the design series paper. So the next thing we could do is we could actually make a box. So let's work this out. Now boxes are, I can do boxes generally, but sometimes sometimes it's I have to sort of takes me a little while to actually get it right. So I'm just going to do 8 inches by 8 inches. Good to start with a square piece first. And then so I've got 8 and 8. So if I go 1.5 on each side, that would make the box 5 inches square. 1.5 on each side. And then we're going to trim down. And I think what we're going to do is just keep rotating around. Trim. It just sort of gives that bit of extra sturdiness just on the corners there. There we go. So that's going to be the base. So the top, what do I want to do for the top? I think I might do that one for the top. So I want to do 8 inches by I think it's going to be 20.5 centimeters. I think. This could be really well done, or it could be an epic failure. So, and we're going to again score it at 1.5 inches all the way around. And again, we're going to find where the score is. It's a bit tricky to see on some of these papers. Yep, where am I? There we go. It's easier on that side. It might be easier on this side. Here we go. And then this one. Okay, so get rid of all them. So we'll go back to the base of the box and just burnish all them. I'm not going to be too ferocious on the designer series paper because it is thinner than our cardstock. Alright, so then I need some glue, and liquid glue is probably best for this particular job. A bit more in that one. Also gives us a tiny bit more wiggle room. And then we're just going to fold it in on each corner so we're square. So we have our little box, and then this is the telling bit, whether I got it right. Okay, one corner, two corners. Three and four. Oh, look at that. It actually fits and everything. So you've got the box, and I don't have any ribbon. I think we might use this one. And this one. And we had our white. Where's our white? There's some white. I didn't bring the dies over for this one. We don't need dies though, we can just hand cut. So we've got our urns, so we're just going to trim them. And when you're trimming, it's always best to move the cardstock, the thing that you're actually cutting, rather than the scissors. Because you have a tiny bit more control. Okay, last one. There we go. wondering if I actually layer them onto some navy, I think. Yeah, I think so. So, so I'm going to glue these straight down, this one. This one's going to be up on dimensionals. When I find them again, I put them somewhere. There they are. I want that about there, that one on top, and then trim this down. Yeah, what did I bring over? Oh, that's not going to work. I think what I'm going to do, so this bit is I'm actually going to just trim around it. There we go. A little dimensional or two. And we have a little box. I think that's it for me for today, because it is 10 to 11 now in my neck of the woods. So let's see where we're at. Okay, so I have a little box. I've made the 5x5 inch box. I've got that card, that one, and those two. So they are my projects for today. I hope you like them. Yeah, they're quite lovely, I think. Yeah, I think they're quite lovely. That's just me, though, you know. I'm a bit biased. Feel like I'm a bit biased, you know. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have been inspired by me to get the new designer series paper. The specialty, obviously, it is actually limited. It is a product of the month, so it's the one that Stampin' Up! Are focusing on for this month. So you can get yours for only $9 when you put in a qualifying order of $125 or more. It will continue to show up, the 125 even after you've ordered it, but it's just it's sitting there. So if you decide you're not going to get it this month and then it's actually available next month, you can actually get it next month, I think is what they've actually said. So you may be able to have 2 products of the month, who knows. But yeah, so they are my projects for today. Yeah, if you haven't already, grab the designer series paper. It's really pretty. Look, as I said, it's Night of Navy and Balmy Blue available at the moment, and today is the very, very, very last day for free shipping. So Stampin' Up! Have brought out a card making retreat, so a card retreat, a bit like the scrapbooking retreat, but it's card making. It's happening in January, but you can actually purchase the kit now, and if you purchase it now, you'll actually save on your shipping. So it's a really good time to purchase it. So I think there's like 16 cards that you'll make, and you get all the products. And so the way to actually, when you get the kit, like when you order the kit, you actually get access to a Facebook page and all the instructions and everything when they actually do that in January. So it is a great opportunity. I do actually love the retreats at home, which basically is what it is. It's virtual retreat. So it's a card virtual retreat. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Next week is the last week of term, and then it's the 19th. Oh my goodness, and then it's Christmas. I probably won't be here for Boxing Day, I gotta say. Probably won't be. So I think I might need to have a look and see what I can do to show you something that is happening. There is the upcoming mini catalogue that is due to come out in January. I've actually sent out lots of catalogues to customers. So if you haven't got one and you're one of my customers, let me know, and I can pop one in the mail for you if you haven't got one already. So, but if you've got a demonstrator, ask your demonstrator for your copy. If you're purchasing from another demonstrator, that's probably the wise thing to do. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're available tomorrow, I'm having a scrap and sip class, or scrap and sip morning, so from 10 till 1. So you can choose your own scrapbook kit that I'll have here. So the first kit's $70, second kit's $60. So if you want to come and join me, I would love to have you come and scrap with me. Each kit you create 6 12 by 12 pages, so 3 double layouts. So all the instructions are included. You just need to bring your paper trimmer and your glue. That's it for now. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now.